like having expectations, right, is so natural. You know, it's, as we say, it just falls like rain. Expectations. Oh, I hope it turns out the way that I would like it. It's very natural. It, it's just not you doing them.
Yeah.
So expectations can arise. There was definitely expecting that when I woke up, I'd be able to, close my hand because that's what I was told. Like, oh yeah, immediately following surgery, you should see a difference, and I didn't. So naturally, there's going to be some disappointment. Oh, I mean, what could what could be more natural? I would say, Constance, that and Chris, that I don't know. I just I just at some point realized that all these things that seem dirty, like having expectations, having feelings, getting hurt, feeling guilty, you weren't there yet. If these things arose, I'm not there because I still have emotions. No, all the emotions are it, all the thoughts are it, the fears, the successes, the I did it. Ah, didn't work out for me.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like much changes really.
How do you mean?
I mean, I'm just kind of the same. I mean, it's yeah, like you said, nothing really changes. Well, I guess I said that, but um,
Ah, hindi ko kinakaya yun. Nalagay ko. Ang problem, kung may bakit kasi bawal. Kasi kung naman sa bakit kasi mga ang dami.
That sense of it's up to me. It's up to me to make this work. Well, it's up to you to make what work? I mean, I think it's a pretty fair question. What actually does the me do? Even the sense of feeling separate, it's not even doing that. That feeling of separation. The feeling of separation isn't separate from this.
Hi, my name is Tom Pearl, and I got diarrhea, and I'm gonna make this diarrhea eating video exclusively for MuchoMuzuko.com. Look at
So, for those of you wondering what a Zoom bomber looks like, hello. Now that's a proper Zoom bomb. Yes, it is.
I hope you can edit that out, Michael, because did you notice at one point it put that my name came up under that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, your name's already on there, but I don't know but you
That
know,
was not me.
well, I'm pretty sure, I'm not gonna promise, but I think most knew that. So that's a Zoom bomber. And yeah, I try and stay on top of it, but once in a while one slipped through the crack, and yeah, that's it too.
Wow, that's hilarious.
Yeah, you don't really appreciate it till you see it, like exactly how disruptive.
What's kind of funny about it is they're the ones that look stupid. It's like, do you know how much of an idiot you look?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, that's it too. But it's like, that's the agenda, is to see how much, how disruptive we can be, at messing up somebody I don't even know, their
Yeah.
Zoom meeting.
It is kind of funny because we were all just kind of sitting here looking at it like, okay, there's a Zoom bomber.
Well, that was a more advanced one because I removed him 3 times and
Oh,
it didn't get rid of it till the third one. And also,
oh,
like you said, it was kind of jumping around. So that
yeah.
one's, that's why I said I've seen about, I don't know, 8 of them, 8 or 9 and that one was, full marks. That was a
Let's give him a thumbs up so when
yeah,
he watches the video and he watches himself and go, good job, dude.
yeah, I did
Rob's
that.
iPhone.
Yeah, yeah.
You crack yourself up. Oh my gosh. Mm.
I'm so glad I remembered that I have eyelids, 'cause I didn't know what I like.
Right, but that's so perfect, right? Because isn't that how it really is though? Like, doesn't shit just come from left field, like boom? You know what I mean? Like the flat tire, the surgery not going as expected, something with the boss, something with a loved one, a relationship, right? Like, boom, it can just switch on a dime.
I think you should call it organized chaos.
Yeah, it's both, right? Right? The chaos and the organized, right?
Yeah.
It's yeah. Yeah. That's why trying to control is so painful. Right? Like if, you know, it's so natural to want to control stuff. But imagine, like if I thought there was control, if I had control of this meeting, you know, I won't let any Zoom bombers ever in ever. Well, sometimes Zoom bombers slip through the cracks. What are you gonna do? It's just that nobody's doing the moment. That's really all that wants to be said here. There's already no one doing this moment. Although Constance, that may be the title for this video. Zoom bombers are it too.
That's a good one. I think it should be.
Ah.
Yeah, because there's no separation, right? So it has to be that too.
Well, yeah, let's we should Constance, we should talk about the no separation because it's one of those things that like it is and it isn't. That's what I say, right? There is separation, right? You're there, I'm here, right?
Yeah.
I'm here, you're there. So, and yet, like you can't find separation within the separation. Connie, stop it. We have to give her a 5-minute timeout. Right? So there's no separation, even if there's separate, like it seems like there's separation, like even the separation's not separate. Like the monitor is not separate from where you're sitting. You can't see like it's not like floating separately. Go ahead, Constance.
Oh, yeah, you just said even the separation is not separate, right? Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Yeah, so really, it's like nothing really can be said because it's everything. It's just
But it's even
it's
okay.
even the words and not the words, and it's kind of it's very simple but complicated.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
Like there are times when I completely like feel like, oh yeah, okay. And then there's times when there's complete separation. It's like, ah, dang. It's like I think you've said before, oh, I have it, now I don't have it.
Yeah.
Like
I have it.
tonight, yeah. But tonight, like the Zoom bomber kind of like brought it all together, like, oh, even that's it.
I know, right? Thank you.
Thank you, Zoom bomber. Shaking it up here.
Hey, what are you doing next week?
There seems to be, yeah, like you said, Connie, like there's a confidence and then there's absolute humiliation. Um, just a back and forth of humility and understanding. But yeah, I guess that's just what's happening.
Well, what were the two emotions, Chris?
I described it as just as a sort of confidence and humility, back and forth, getting it, not getting it. I mean, it seems like this is just, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it seems like it's just like understanding, a math problem. Doesn't seem like it's really that different. You either understand it or there's either understanding or there's no understanding.
Oh, well, I would say no. This is not like a math problem that you can, 2 + 2 doesn't equal 4 in this. There's no reason behind this.
So, I mean, the understanding of a math problem isn't the same as the understanding of this, that it's just this.
Well, there's just this. There's nobody separate to understand it already.
I mean, at times it just seems so simple, but
Well, really, if we're being honest, you don't really care about how you feel sometime. Oh, I had it last night. I was so clear, Michael. No, really, you just care right now. Yeah?
yeah,
So what's up right now? Let's just,
yeah.
Cedric, good to see you.
Hey, good to see you. So what were you guys talking about with one plus one being equal to two? It I was thinking about that too last week, and how do I know 1 + 1 is equal to 2? And I came, or at least felt that isn't math completely reliant on the answer to 1 + 1, or at least am I alone in thinking that, or is that, I don't know. I just wanted to get uh see if there's any insight on that. How do we know 1 + 1 is equal to 2?
Well, how do you know anything?
But by making it up.
Yeah, but who's making it up?
That one is made up too. So is it made up? Is that the truth?
Well, it seems to be happening right now, right? Words seem to be coming out of your mouth. Words seem to be coming out of this mouth. What's doing that?
I can't find anyone doing it when I look.
Yeah. But yeah, it still seems to happen, doesn't it?
So we're here without a choice, basically. We're here on a Zoom meeting without a choice.
Well,
Ultimately,
we could tell a story, right, Cedric? You could say, oh, good, it's Wednesday night, 6 o'clock. I could go to the Michael's meeting, right? That could seem like your idea, right? The idea pops there. You know, that's fine. There's no problem with that. But what put that there? Like what put any of this here, so to say?
It feels like it's pointless to ask the question that, or at least to ask the question for me, because, or, to even say for me to use, language in this way, I feel like doesn't represent, or at least the word does not and cannot encompass the truth
Yeah.
in themselves.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, I don't see that's here, so to say, that's where the labels fell apart. You know, that's where no word can describe this.
Yeah,
And-
we keep on labeling.
Yeah, but in a way, that's the freedom, right? Because if all of a sudden the label doesn't matter and somebody wants to call this God, somebody else wants to call it love, someone else wants to call it non-duality, someone wants to call it awareness, someone wants to call it consciousness, oneness. When all the labels are seen as just what they are, labels, it suddenly may not matter, the word, because no word can nail it. Right? That's like such a, no word can nail it, right? That doesn't sound very highfalutin, like a big epiphany fireworks thing, but really, no word can ever say what this is.
Yeah, it is kind of funny because when I joined today, I didn't have my camera on, and my intention was to not speak at all this Zoom video, and here am I.
Yeah, well, my intention was not to have any Zoom bombers.
I didn't catch that part.
Yeah, well, hopefully you'll catch it on the replay.
You're actually gonna air that?
Yeah, man. It's what it is. I don't control this damn meeting.
Cedric, you're in for a treat.
But that's the thing about, yeah, see, now I'm looking in the waiting room and this is how they got me. There's 2 people with phone numbers out there. Just that's their name I'm not clicking on those anymore. I'm like,
Mhm.
only 1 per customer.
Do they just Zoom bomb on regular Zooms? They're not just like looking at one in
Yeah.
particular.
Yeah, exactly. That's their Wednesday night. Let's go Zoom bomb, and they get together. I'm serious. There's like clubs because I've been
yeah.
like Zoom bomb by a lot. Like I've had like one time I think like 3 of them got in, and there were 8 more in the lobby.
How do they not Zoom bomb? We never get Zoom bombs at work. I'm on Zoom meetings all the time at work, but they never Zoom bomb on our
Yeah.
work Zoom.
You have better encryption technology.
It's just Michael's so popular. They all want to.
No,
Well, that
I had a
well, that
guy.
would make work so much more fun.
Well, no, I think it's almost the opposite, Constance, because one time dude flipped his camera on and he's all like, he was a Zoom bomber, but he couldn't help but listen. And he turns the camera on and he's like, what's this group called?
Did he stay?
I booted him. But
Oh.
He was confused, dazed and confused.
Mm.
I may never recover from that Zoom bomber.
I know she's traumatized. Golly. That's what they say, right? What's been seen can't be unseen.
I don't know about that.
We're all gonna have nightmares tonight.
Oh.
I have to come back next week for recovery.
Oh my God. Yeah, one more thing for me to be traumatized about. My God.
Okay, so back to a serious, I'll try really hard. It's really hard once I start laughing to not be. When Chris was talking about understanding, that it's an understanding, but Michael, you were saying it's not really an understanding. Is it, what would you call it? Like what, because I feel like I'm kind of there too. Like I completely understand what's being said. But I don't want to say beyond understanding. Is it the mind? Is it, I guess Chris and I maybe are trying to put our finger on it. Like, what is it that we're not understanding? Maybe
There's not anything to understand. It seems like it's this.
I know.
I guess it's just there's really
Well,
nothing.
yeah, actually,
Uh,
Dan, I posted one of his quotes yesterday, where he said, there's nothing to know about already.
yeah,
So it's just that simple. There's just nothing to know. So there's nothing to get, nothing to.
Well, let me ask you guys, what what is there to know about already? All is this already?
Yeah.
Nothing, because everything is, if everything is it already, then what is there to get? So why, I guess, okay, so there's nothing, I get that, there's nothing to get already, but why is there still seeking? If there's nothing to get already, why is there still that seeking energy that just like feels like it has to get something? I don't know.
Do you feel like you're seeking clarity, or what?
It's like there are times when I like get it and I just go about my day. And then there are other days, and then there's other times it's like I'm constantly thinking about this. It's like,
Oh
why?
yeah, it's here too. Yeah, I
Okay.
can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's what I call being in the washing machine. And in here too was like that a lot. So sometimes that it can go like that. It doesn't mean anything's gone wrong. It's
Yeah.
just that sometimes you feel clear and and other times, you can feel hyped up.
Yeah, it's literally like 16 hours a day. And I would anytime it seemed clear, I would like message my buddy Blaine. Like he's a really good friend of mine that we talk about this a lot. And I was just sharing so much of what wanted to be shared with him, and I realized I was bombarding him with all of this, and so that's kind of that was kind of one of the reasons why I started a new Facebook page, just so that I could share what was coming up. And but yeah, I mean it's just 16 hours a day nonstop.
Right. But Chris, what's being shared here is like to answer answer Connie's question. What was a shock here, so to say, was that the I have it, I lost it, the I lost it part that we don't like. That's exactly it too. That is it. I lost the feeling of I
It does.
lost it.
It seems though that the saying that you said earlier that once something is seen, it can't be unseen. That doesn't seem ring true here right now.
No, no, that was a joke. I was making a joke about seeing the poor Zoom bomber. But no, this exactly, Chris. This just does what this does. So, but here's the thing. I really would like to get to this, you guys. It doesn't matter. You know,
Yeah,
to the me, wanting to be clear 24/7 is very natural. Yeah. Yeah, who wouldn't, right? But yet, that's just how it is how it is.
yeah.
So the not clarity and the confusion are it as well. And it doesn't have a reason. It doesn't need a reason.
Yeah. I mean, that sense, like, yeah, it doesn't really seem as important. Maybe it doesn't feel like the regular seeking. Man, I
Why
had a
is
really good.
seeking?
What's
Mhm.
that? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Cedric.
No, no, I was going to ask, why is seeking bad? Or at least that's how I'm understanding it. Well, why is it bad in this situation?
I think it goes back to expectation when Michael was talking earlier. It's like there's maybe through all of our, growing up and going through like all the religious, spiritual seeking and everything, there's an expectation that it has to be something different. That's what we've been taught, like, so for so many years. You're taught, oh, enlightenment, or,
Mhm.
it's like an expectation. Maybe it's just so ingrained here that it's hard to not think that way, not to think that
Yeah.
there's an expectation. And there's an understanding, like everything that you're all saying. There's a complete understanding, but there's definitely, and I guess there, when you put it that way, there's nothing wrong with it at all, because it's also this. There's an understanding that's completely understood here, that there's nothing wrong with it, but there's still that, and maybe it'll just go on until it doesn't go on anymore. Maybe that's, maybe it's just a random thing. It'll either, dissipate while, in this body, or when the body's gone. I don't know. It just seems a perpetual. And there have been things that have dropped away, because Michael and I talked about this before. We talked about, what do we do with all our books, all those spiritual books? We can't even open the books anymore. Like, some things have definitely dropped away. And I used to be a part of a community that it's completely just dissolved. The community that I was a part of is completely dissolved. I can't go, I can't even be in those environments anymore, because it's completely seen that I don't even know if seen is the right word. It's just dropped away. So the books have dropped away. They're still in my closet, by the way, Michael. I still don't know what to do with
Mine
those.
too. Mine too. You're not alone.
Yeah. But it just, I don't know, maybe it's that washing machine that Michael's talking about. There's just something that keeps hanging on. I don't know how else to describe it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it though. That exact feeling of something that's hanging on, that feeling of I'm not there yet.
Is it?
Yeah.
Mm. I can say the words, but it's not like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, let me ask you. No, no, this is good stuff. How will you know when you're there?
You won't. That yeah, that's even been seen. Or like, I mean, well, there's no there. There's no, yeah, it doesn't feel like a there.
yeah.
You know,
But
it doesn't feel like a there. That's what I kind of meant by like nothing seems to change. It doesn't, you know, there was no realization. That's kind of what is seen. There is no realization. It's just,
Yeah, there can be this sense of waiting for something to happen.
you know,
That's how it's described here. There's a feeling of waiting. It's this is not it. So the question is, how will you know when it's it?
I don't know. Do you know?
you won't.
I guess we won't know
Well,
because
I'm
you're,
saying what if just this is it?
then I'm gonna go get the popcorn.
Stop
it.
it, Michael. Come on.
Why, Cedric, help me out here. Why is saying just this is so outlandish?
Yeah, I think there's a fear that, you know, we look at this moment and when we, you know, again, think of enlightenment, salvation, all these words, we think of it being other than, you know, this right now.
Hmm.
And, you know, I felt that the, you know, immediately I feel that when you speak of enlightenment, immediately I felt that we have a picture um in the mind about how it could be. And that picture directly also says that it cannot be this right now. That is something else other than this.
Beautiful. Yeah, because notice the picture, exactly right. Well, the picture is never of this. That picture of enlightenment will not be filled. You're not getting a picture of this. Just the
Yeah.
simplicity of what's happening. In all the books, it was searching for a S with a self with a capital S. My true nature. I was a little self and I had to merge with the big self. I wasn't there yet. And then one day, it's like the whole thing crumbled. I just, like Constance, you were saying, I just couldn't read. Like, I went to bed loving the non-duality books to the next day, knowing I was going to put them in boxes. When I looked at the bookshelf, I go, I have no desire to even read one word.
Seems like I come to these meetings thinking that there's someone here that got this or that had that clarity or had that understanding. And that's the intention on it. And there's, yeah. And then, but once that's claimed and owned, it's just vanishes. It's almost as if like, no, you can't have this clarity. This isn't yours. And the only time it's clear is when it's not owned or claimed.
Yeah, beautiful.
I
Yeah,
mean, and
Chris, you kind of nailed it, right? In a way, you've kind of, so as long as there's a me there seeking for this, it will never have it.
yes,
But it's not, so the seeking is okay, is not the me seeking, it's just this seeking. There's nobody controlling it, right?
Yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah.
just it's just this appearing as seeking. Is that, am I kind of getting that?
No, it is this. It's this appearing as whatever's
It's-
happening. So if seeking's right arising,
Yeah,
then it can only be this.
yeah. Yeah.
can we say that it's just a humbling of the me?
I mean, well, I mean, yes and no, right? Because clearly when you see it's all this, there can be a more loving sort of change. We could say the personality becomes more loving, more
Yeah,
compassionate. But at the same time, nothing needs to happen already.
Yeah, it does seem as though the character really kind of gets to shine through when there's no one here to say what it is or think what it is, I guess. I don't know. It is beautiful, and it's obviously longed for, because there's just enjoyment in that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw Alexis's piece. Do you know who Alexis is, Michael?
Mhm.
On that one on humiliation.
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, it's beautiful.
What did she say?
I don't want to say it because I'll butcher it. But she talked about how essentially how humiliation is the annihilation or the, I don't know. I can't. Did anyone else see it? Maybe they could do a better job. Yeah. I just recommend checking it out. But I do enjoy how it's expressed here from you, Michael.
Thanks, Chris. I just, here the predominant feeling, so to say, for the whole life was one of, like you said, confusion. Just always sort of like dazzled by how people could just go about their business, just live their life. Here, the hair was on fire, so to speak. I could never really be chill, even at a party. God, they're having such a good time, and there'd be that seeking that we're right, Chris, so that we're talking about that. Oh, this isn't it, so like nothing would make happy, no relationship, money, nothing seemed to work. And then eventually that's kind of in a funny way, all of a sudden, like the little light bulb went on, so to say, the ding, ding, ding. Somehow it was felt and seen, or I don't even know how to say it, but that nothing was going to work.
Yeah.
And so already, right, that would explain it. I'm like, well, if it's already, then no wonder nothing works. Like then everything's free to just be what it is. A hot dog is just a hot dog. A pretzel is just a pretzel. Maybe I'm hungry. You know, Everything just, right? It doesn't have to have any big, heavy meaning anymore. You're not looking for the secret to life in a bagel. It's just a bagel, right? How simple everything becomes. Disagreeing is just disagreeing. Enjoying being together is just enjoying being together. Everything becomes very simple and straightforward. It's not complicated with, oh, what did he think and what did she think, and I hope they liked me.
Yeah, I mean, that a lot of that has really seemed to fall away. And I was reading something the other day too, that a friend sent me, and it was about somebody was expressing this concept of embodying this, or like someone kind of embodying this, without really having all the contents emptied out. And I remember wanting to bring that up and see what your thoughts were.
Yeah, well, that's a big one, right? Embodied. I want to embody this, right? Isn't that a
Yeah.
big one in the spiritual? I almost said circus. You know, I just need to embody my true nature. What? It really, it can sound good. I'm not making fun because listen, Christianity,
Well,
all of
yeah.
it, all that seeking. So it's there, fine. But I just none of it, it was just more stuff to do. Like it became seeking or sitting at the Vedanta temple, like I used to do here in LA, in Hollywood. That was like such a like a holy going to the holy shrine or something and going seeing Swami, you know, give a darshan talk. It was like, ooh, you know, that was really special. Playing baseball, that's just playing baseball, you know, that's not special. But the Vedanta temple,
Yeah.
you know, with so that's what I'm saying. This kind of gets projected, and when that all falls away, everything is just what it is. Like
Mm.
baseball and Vedanta are seen as the same. They're just two things bodies can do.
Yeah, well, it kind of spoke of it in terms of, or you know, call it a trap, or like sort of a trap that you know some even speakers even fall into. You know, thinking that this has been, yeah, thinking that they've got something, that something has been embodied without really,
Yeah,
you know, and maybe, you know, and maybe there is, you know, clarity there at times, or when they're doing their meetings or anything else, but then there's still there's still contents that come up that bring that sense of separation up. They just get stuck on. I don't know.
Is just this a disappointing discovery?
oh my God.
A
Is
disappointing discovery?
I love it. Oh
Yeah,
my
it
God. Is just
is just this a a dis a disappointing discovery.
It isn't, is it? It isn't, I guess.
that's a great question. I have to say.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
I love that question. So no, here was a great joy, because I've been seeking, so to say, my whole life, and I
Mm.
couldn't find it. I'm like, what is it? What is it? And finally, when it was for really in Kosi and Sander, I don't honestly hear very many others quite. This doesn't seem quite as direct to me from even a lot of other well-known names, but somehow all is this already. If I could just use those four words, all is this already. Boom. I just sat with that. So whatever it is, if it's anger, if it's frustration, if it's feeling solid and separate as a rock, like in a way, you know, they say when you go to, you know, I'm going to buy a car, I'm going to go kick the tires. So, you know, I didn't believe all is this. I checked it here for myself. I tried to find, well, what's not this? Let's start there. What can you name that's not this?
And that's understood. It's like a reasoning, it's understood, but it's not a felt understanding. It's just, okay, it's understood, but it's not a felt understanding. I
Okay,
think that's the difference, like for
right.
people.
Okay, so do you have no preference, Connie or Constance? They're the same?
Yeah, because half my family calls me Constance
Ah,
and
okay. So this is actually good. We're getting, so what is that felt sense, right? Because we're all familiar with that. I'm not there yet because it doesn't feel like I'm there,
yeah.
right? So what does there feel like?
What does their feel like?
Yeah, because you said you're not there yet, so you must know
No,
what.
It's more of like, there's an understanding, but there's not a, it's almost like I can hear you speak about this every day. And it's like a music channel, like, you know, how we talk, like Rosa talks about the music channel, right? It's a great music channel, but I can't sing that song.
Mm.
I can listen to the music channel, but I can't sing that. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Yes. How many get it? How many get what she's saying? I hope you guys, I do. That's beautiful, right? That's so honest, right? Because I can relate. Oh God, I cannot do it like Nkosi. Who can speak? Who the hell speaks like Nkosi? Right? This guy sounds like an angel. I mean, come
Mhm.
on, right? So if you start comparing, right, this is great. I really like this discussion because there can be looking at, well, I'm not there yet because, you know, I don't, you know, I'm not like Sander. I can't say, and that's just this too.
Yeah, I can't say that. I can't say, I mean, I can say it when we're in this group, but I could never like, well, I shouldn't say never. I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, nobody knows what's gonna happen ever. But there, so I had a conversation with friends of mine that are born again Christians. And I have to sit there. I can't say a word because what I want to say just, I can't speak it because what am I like? It's like, it feels like there's something that has to know what it's saying before it could ever even say what wants to be said, but I can't speak it. I don't know. That doesn't, I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know
It
if that
makes sense to me, Connie. Don't worry.
so I
Or
just,
Constance, sorry.
no, it
You
doesn't
go
matter.
by you go by
Just like,
Connie or Constance. Like,
hey, you. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Call me. I did that because Rosa started, you know, with the nicknames. You know, she loves the nicknames, and anyways, I just said, well, just call me Connie if that's what you want to call me. And she's like, yeah, I like that name better. Like, we're
Yeah,
half can't be called,
yeah. Yeah, then you became Connie girl.
yeah, or Connie Lynchen or whatever. I don't know. Is that one for
It's
male? I don't know.
hilarious.
I don't know what
Yeah,
that. Yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
But anyways,
Yeah, no, Rosa
there's
really enjoys booming out with people. It's so beautiful.
yeah, for sure.
so it's just that not, I guess, listening to the music channel, but not, you know, it's
So
yeah.
if I said that's it right now, saying I can't do that. I'm not able to string it together with the conviction that all is this. That can't happen here. Let's just be with that.
Yeah.
I don't know. That seems very honest to me. Like I don't, you know, I don't like. It's so honest, right? I'm not able to say. I couldn't say that right now. Yeah, that's it. Not being able to say it right now is it already crazy, huh?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
It's
Does
like it's like trying to make sense of a dream.
what this is like trying to make sense of a
Yeah,
dream?
like seeking, you know, is in a way trying to like know what this is, and then I need to find something like within the dream that will explain the dream.
Yeah, there's no explaining dreams.
Well, that's what's kind of being shared here. There's no explaining this. I mean, there are explanations, you know, why
But
why did your car run out of gas? Because I forgot to put gas in it. But I'm saying, why this? Why is this happening right now? This, no answer.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's so funny, right? Because there can be a rejection of this message. It's so ironic because, right, the message is saying, well, you're already what you see. So you would think that would be good news. But no, don't don't tell me I'm already this. Don't tell me all is this already. No. Right? Because in a way, I'm kind of out of a job. If all is this already, like what is separate from this that's going to find this?
Seems like it's really hard to just accept that, like, this is it already, when like the narrative is like, this is not it, and I'm miserable, and this is miserable, or I'm miserable. I mean, that's not the case right now, but when it's really, when that's really strong, like, this is misery, to hear that, just like I had a therapist that told me, like, more than 10 years ago, what if you're okay just as you are? And I'm like, no, because I'm okay. I'm not okay. This is not okay. You gotta give me hope that this will change. But then, like, really, like, for a second, just go like, oh, what if, like, just say I am miserable, and then it's like, okay. Then in a way, there can, for a second, if you could actually do that and just go, yeah, I don't get it, and I'm miserable. Maybe that's okay. I don't know.
Well,
Like,
it's
second it can seem to stop there, and it's like when it stops at that and isn't trying to get out of it and fight with it, then it does seem okay. But yeah,
yeah. Well, the other thing that it's heard in a funny way is there's no escape. So all is this means there's no escape, meaning whatever you try to do to escape this is this already.
the scrambling to get out of the trap is it.
It is.
Dream.
Yeah.
It is like a nightmare that you're trying to just, you can't get out of the nightmare.
Yeah. But that's the freedom. That all is this is also the freedom. All is this means you're, in a way, your work is over. You can take off the Superman cape. Because if all is this, you can keep seeking, that's this too, but you can also, like what happened with Connie and I, there can just be an instant falling away for no reason, about the non-duality books. I didn't, right? It just fell away, right? Is that right, Connie? Like one day I can't read another word.
I started giving mine away.
Yeah, I need to do that. I can't. It's like part of me wants to burn them. I still want to
I
have
gave
that
away my
bonfire.
I gave away my favorite one. I paid like $60 for that was supposed to make me enlightened.
Oh, what was it called? Do tell. What's it
Perfect,
called?
brilliant stillness by David Karts.
Dave, oh, I have that one. That's worth $60.
Yeah, on
eBay.
eBay. Sell that baby. It'll probably take a while. There's not a big market for that books like that, I don't think.
Well, I know a guy that came here when I used to hold the meetings here in my living room directly behind me. I know a guy that bought, it was a very famous Zen book, something like the Eight Bulls or the Way of the Eight Bulls, or it's just this or the ox herding story. That's what it's called. It's called the ox herding story. And he bought the book on eBay for $400.
Dang.
Yeah.
But that made him enlightened.
That's the thing. He was so nice because he got it. He wanted this book so badly. And a week later, he showed up here and let me make a copy. He goes, well, you can go ahead and make a PDF if you want. I go, really? He goes, yeah, I'll just get it next week. And it was so important to him, to get it. But once he got it, and I was thinking, what a perfect analogy, right? Because the thing you think you want so badly, if you do get it, there'll be a shrug. It won't be the great thing you think it's going to be.
It's all been a conspiracy.
Well, again, that's the freedom, right? Because you realize instead of like taking the conspiracies seriously, suddenly you realize all of it. Like it's hard to take any of it seriously, so it all becomes a circus. You know, it's like trying to analyze the circus. The circus isn't there to be analyzed. That's a great way to not have a good time. Is sit there go, well, why is that guy why is that clown juggling 3 rings and not 7? You know, I mean, it's like, no, there's just a circus for your entertainment. And it can be a horror show. I'm not discounting. A horror show is equally this, as much as the clearest, most beautiful production that you've ever loved.
It does seem though that it's just not making anything into it, and it just doesn't seem, you know, even if it is horrible, it's just not really seen as a problem.
Well, yeah, exactly, Chris, because it quickly moves on. Do you notice that? It quickly moves on. Whatever the problem du jour is in the moment, just wait. So not feeling good is it, as is wanting to feel better is also it, and maybe taking care of yourself so you do feel better. That's it too. Any last comments or questions before we close out this evening?
Thank you so much, Michael.
Yeah, thank you.
This was really enlightening.
Yeah, it was, you could almost say Zoom bombing. Thanks, everybody. Take care, everybody. Great to have you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too. Good to see you.